Hey guys, we're back with the House in Fata Morgana, or Requiem for Innocence. When we last left off, we finished the main episode. I did all of part 2 in one night. It's the next day. So now I'm going to do all these sub-episodes in one night, which may actually happen. It's 9 p.m. right now, and depending on how long they are, I can probably do all of Ascento Delete tonight, probably. Which I believe is the one with the new character. His name's, or her, they have a mask. So it could be, oh, it's a girl as a plot twist. Who knows? But Emion is their name. I looked at the Steam store page and then I looked up how to pronounce it. Because apparently Grotti's name is pronounced, according to behind the name dot, I don't know if it's org or com, as Graysai. Grasai. Like Grasaya. He's a big fan of the visual novel series. I'm funny. Wait, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's just... I couldn't have gotten that. Come on, it's French. So let's just hop into it. Ascento Delete. It's the name of a song from the original Fata Morgana. I think we made pretty good friends, don't you? Okay. Those were his last words before disappearing into the darkness. Their time together was brief, and they knew nearly nothing of each other. So could they be in fact could they be called... What could they be called friends at all? Whatever. Oh. Hello, young Michelle. Okay, we're getting portraits. I thought that was gonna be in Tales. I remember I saw like a screenshot of portraits or something before in Requiem for Innocence. I don't know where. I forget. It's been like over a month now. But I guess they're here. I wonder what Tales will be then. Ah. Welcome back, dear. I've missed you. Hello there, Michelle. What a pleasant welcome this is. So I wonder where this is on the timeline exactly. Like, how old this Michelle is. You'll have to come all the way out here to meet me, though. I haven't seen you in so long. Waiting inside is so dreary. What a wonderful sister I've been blessed with. You must be careful, though. The sun is quite strong today. But also, this is a Requiem for Innocence song, right? Mother would throw a fit if she knew you were out here in this weather. Don't worry, I've heard from a servant you'd be back around now, so I haven't been out for terribly long. And I know you're not one to be tardy either, dear. I took all the necessary precautions. Well, curses. I'm totally up for Didier and Georges to get more like screen time and development though. Now I'll have to be absolutely certain nothing delays my next return. Yes, indeed you will. Well, since you're here, would you like to ride back with me? On your horse? I'd love to, but I came on horseback as well. She's tied to the tree over there. Like your brothers, your horse is smart enough to follow you back. Alright, then I suppose I shall. How's your expedition, dear? More of the usual. Just patrols, really. No engagements to speak of. Quiet is never a bad thing. Not sure if I'd say never. Do you think something might happen? No. Nothing you need to concern yourself with, at least. If you say so. Oh yes, Mom. Mother said she had something important to tell you, and to see you as soon as you arrived. Now that I do not like the sound of. I can hardly blame you. Mother has something important to tell you, like the last words anyone wants to hear. Ha ha ha. You're getting feisty now, haven't you? Don't tell her I said that. I want to dream of selling up my beautiful baby sister. In fact, beg you not to say anything of the sort to her either. She can be a bit easy to set off. If anyone, I think George needs that warning the most. You're on fire today, Michelle. And there she is. The world-renowned castle... So, I took a summer course this semester. And someone in my class had this last name, so I know how to pronounce it now. I just never bothered to look it up. It's Bollinger. It's a soft G, which I should have realized because, like, in French, I think all G's are soft G's. When, like, yeah. Because, like, Giselle, you know? Are there any other characters with a G in their name? Wait, is it Juradian? No, it said Gra. Grasai. It was Gra-hyphen S-Y-E. So, think of that as you will. and our lovely home. Not a child anymore, dear. An horror estate is not nearly as large or impressive as the castle. You still love when I called it that. Also, you should not be 13. Okay, 13, so... When did... I forget how long Amy kept him out. Kept him, like, locked up. Was it, like, 3 years or something? I don't know. 13 is still plenty of child. Now hold on tight. We're gonna gallop the rest of the way. Hiya! Wait, slow down, dear. Try not to fall. Good day, Sir Didier. Thank you. Everyone looks well. You know, I think I've mentioned this before, but I've ridden horses before. Like, I never liked it. Like, my sister was really into horse riding. Like, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this on a video before, but I used to live on, like... I don't want to call it a ranch, because, like, we never did anything, but, like, we owned, like, 2 or 3 horses. At one point, we owned, like, 2 llamas. Like, why did we own these things? Don't ask. Like, I don't think we ever did anything with them. And, like, my family's not rich either. So, like, don't ask why this happened. It just kind of did. Like, my sister was really into horseback riding, so that's why we owned, like, a horse or 2. I think she like, saved up money, got it on her birthday or something. I don't know. But like, I rode horses with her very occasionally, and I never liked it. Like, there's like 4... Galloping is, like, the fastest a horse goes, right? I forget, like, there's 4 speeds, I think. Like, prance, gallop, I don't know. But I just thought I'd throw that out there. Because why not? I never, like, going slow, I was like, oh, this is okay, I guess. But going fast was like, I want to die, get me off of this. Well, not I want to die, I'm going to die. Because it's bumpy. Anyway, thank you. Everyone looks well. Where's my father? Lord Antone is out on personal business. He should be returning tomorrow. Thanks. Guess I just missed him. Well then, should see what mother... What was that noise? That'd be George's. Oh. Don't realize he's gonna be home. Oh, regular George's stuff. Breaking bases or whatever that was. Shall we go check in on him? No. This won't do it all. Oh! What is with this? That's... I don't know musical instruments. I don't think that's a ukulele. Is that like a banjo? Oi. I don't know. But there's one on Jacopo's bed too. And are they trying to... Maybe so. I don't know. Is this a photographic background that's just like heavily filtered? Maybe. I think most of the backgrounds in this are, right? In Fata Morgana? They're not drawn, right? Are they? I don't think so. So maybe they just had like a ukulele or whatever in hand. And so for some of the backgrounds when they're like, you know, setting them up, they just threw that in there for funsies. Anyway, these were wild innovation and fiery passion and solemn beauty meshed with a squeeze of delicate eroticism? Is that how you say it? Probably. That doesn't undermine the impact of the piece as a whole. Gah! That's to be like a good kick to the marbles. Has he finally lost his marbles? Eek! Holy heck! Thank you, Georges. Look who it is! I know you're back, D. And you know, it's uncouth to barge in on someone without knocking. He knocked several times. Called out to you through the door. I must say though, Georges, it's much more uncouth to take out your frustration on inanimate objects. Oh, you're there too, Michelle? Good to see you in the shadow of this hulking barbarian. You really are a teeny tiny little gal, aren't you? Just wait a couple years. Mother will not be pleased when she sees the mess you made of the room. Oh, my dear, dear Michelle. Gonna let you in on a little secret. True art is only born in the fires of pandemonium. So that's all. You can at least pretend to care. So is pandemonium spelled with like an A-E like that? Apparently. Like, facade uses like the fancy C, doesn't it? I don't know why that is. But anyway. So, would you care to explain this pandemonium? Oh, you want to know? Want to know about all these art pieces buried in this wellspring of inspiration? You'll never be able to turn back once you know. If you're really sure, give you all the juicy deets. I don't care that much, no. Shall we see what Mother needs to talk about, Michelle? Yes, let's. Hey, wait! Have you no hearts, you Philistines? Philistines? I'm saying that, I've heard people say it before, but... Anyway, you're supposed to grab me by the shoulders and beg me to hear what all the fuss is about. Like, usually words that I mispronounce is because I've only ever read them. But someone's called me that before, actually. If it makes you stop shouting, fine. Give me the short version. Blah, so much for brotherly love. So the royal family's planning construction on a new chateau. It's chateau, right? I believe so. In the city. Guess who's the king himself asked to do all the paintings in it? Why, moi, of course. The great artiste, Georges Bollinger. Is that so? What's wrong with you two? This is huge. It's huger than huge. One wager His Majesty did not, in fact, come within 1,000 meters of you. Ha ha ha. Life is no fun if you limit yourself only to the truth. Somehow doubt you're in charge of all the art, either. Ha 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 ha. In other words, there's almost no truth to your claims. Hey, I really was commissioned to do a piece for the new chateau. This disaster area is all you have to show for it. Yep, but I don't know what to do. It's a chance for me to make it into the big leagues. But to paint something that'll go down in history as one of the great works of our times. To be bartered as like a, what did they call them? In, part 2? They used a word to I forget. Perhaps it would be better if you didn't put as much pressure on yourself. You do much better when you're relaxed. You're brilliant, Michelle. Let's go out on the town and let loose. Just the three of us. That's exactly what I need right now. Barely had time to sit down since I got back. Ahem! Ah. Sometimes I think there might be no hope for the three of you. Not even a word to your dear mother? Good day, mother. My apologies. Meant to see you as soon as I return, but... Crap. I'm just gonna flip her lid. Better get out of here before she brings her wrath down on us, Michelle. But... Georges? I heard every last word. What big ears you have. Can I repeat that? Repeat what, my beautiful mother? I swear, young man. So how did your expedition go, dear? I love these three. Like, after the complete... I don't want to call it train wreck because it was good. Like it's just tragedy. Well, I mean, if I called it train wreck, like, you'd get what I mean. Like, everything going terribly. Like, with quality, like, written-wise, it was brilliant. But, like, train wreck is and everyone died terribly. So anyway, because of the train wreck, that was part 2. Now I'm just, ooh, I love it. Give me more Georges Didier Michelle shenanigans. Anyway. So how did your expedition go, Didier? Did you run into any trouble? No, proceeded without issue, thank you. Everyone returned safely, by the grace of God. That's wonderful to hear. Prayed for you every day. It seemed he heeded me. Wanting you to know I've quite missed you, even if Georges and Michelle robbed me of the chance to tell you first. I'm deeply relieved to have you back in perfect health. There's no need to be so dramatic, mother. I was never in any danger of not returning. Nonetheless, I too am. There's no need for you to be so stiff around your mother. Sorry. It's good to be home, Mom. That's more like it. Welcome back, my darling boy. Yeesh, just look at him go. Going and fawning over his mother like a little boy. Make sure to give him crap about it later, Michelle. But... you really need to learn to whisper more quietly. Wonder who you inherited those ears from. I swear you. So, Mother, Michelle tells me you have something important you want to speak with me about. Ah, yes, that I do. I'm sure you'd like to rest after your trip. Would you come to my chambers for a bit first? Certainly. Ooh, what's this? Can I come too? This is my business. Why should you be allowed to stick your nose into it? Because it sounds like fun. Maybe I'll help give my muse a nice kick in the rump. It's not a private matter, so I don't mind. In fact, maybe it would be better if you were there too, Georges. Heck yeah! You're coming along too, Michelle. What? Why would I? Oh, what am I gonna do with you three? What do you think of the painting? It's a fine piece. Clearly not made by Georges. I would have done 10 times better. Who's the heck responsible for this rubbish? Quiet, boy. Sniffle. He just says sniffle out loud. Does Georges have a disease where he'll die if he isn't running his mouth every waking moment or something? Not the painting itself. The girl in the painting. She's pretty, I suppose. Do you like her? In what sense, mother? Where are you going with this? This girl's the daughter of the Castagner estate to the south of us. Or what she'll look like in a few years from now. In a few years? Is she still a child? She is, yes. The family's trying to complete arrangements for her marriage as easily as possible. I didn't voice this, because now I'm going to be totally I told you so moment. But I should have voiced this. I was like, okay, we never got to see Didier's. He must have had a wife, right? And probably in door 7. And I imagine this is her. Maybe. If it happens. I imagine that's going to be the plot of Ascento de Lee. If that character we have a sprite of is, well, a girl, it's probably her. Because that seems too relevant to ignore, I guess. But that could just be a character in Tales from Obscurity. Or whatever. Tales wasted away in obscurity. Her marriage. The Castagners, I'm saying it completely wrong, are a respectable family with a lot of land. We have plenty to gain from this arrangement. All you need to do is say, Mother, as I've told you on several occasions, my body and soul belong to the church. I'll neither succeed father nor take a wife. You're firm in your decision? Yes. Sorry to disappoint you. It's very disappointing indeed. I'll be so much more comfortable with you taking over the house. Wait, is that Amy's last name? Hold on. Go to my vegetable website. Vegetacle. Oh, no, it's no, hold on. Access. No, it's Amy Jobert. Okay, that's not Amy. What? Oh, we got my Windows switch position. Or maybe they were always in that position this whole time. I keep my game on the right and OBS on the left, but it was mixed up. It's very disappointing indeed. I'd be so much more comfortable with you taking over the house. Well, what about you, Georges? Do you have any interest in her? Well, I don't know. Not really feeling it. Now, Georges, you do realize that Didier not becoming head means you will be, right? So you can't make a decision like this. It'll affect the future of both of our houses for generations, because you're not feeling it. It's easy for you to say, Ma. But I can't change what appeals to me. It'd be all for nothing if we couldn't hit it off and never had any kids. Tell me, what is there not to like about her? She's a beautiful young lady. She's pretty, sure. Meaning pretty nasty vibes from that picture. Looks like a real sourpuss. I want someone more, you know, cheery. I'm gonna have to spend the rest of my life with her. I want to go as far as him. There is something about her that doesn't sit right with me. Not sure how to put it into words either, though. She just looks that way in the painting. Soon you'll find her to be a lovely girl when you meet her. How can you be so sure? You haven't even seen her yourself. Anyway, not interested, and that's that. Such a wonderful offer, too. Once I'm sworn in as the official court artist, I'll be up to my ears in marriage offers. Something even better will come along, I promise. Paired with your attitude, this may be the last offer we ever see. Don't you worry! Got ourselves a proud knight of the order, the most sought-after artist in the land, a brilliant princess. If that's not a recipe for success, I don't know what is. Oh, Georges. So, the knight ends up killing his brother. Well, the knight ends up killing the princess. The artist ends up marrying Hitler, and the princess dies. So, that doesn't end well. Something troubling you, Michelle? What? Oh no, nothing. My mind was wandering, that's all. See, look what you did, Mom. You upset Michelle by being such a worrywart. Throwing me to the wolves, are you, my boy? Oh, dear Michelle. I'm just being cautious about our future. Not as worried as I may have sounded. I have the 3 most wonderful children in the world. How can I be more blessed? We're strong, and together, we're even stronger. I have no doubt in my mind that we'll thrive and grow for generations to come. Yeah. We'll all be together. Forever. This is not the end, right? Like, it's gonna be way... Yeah, okay. Here we go. For a brief moment after waking, seeing only darkness, I forgot where I was. So with Michelle at the mansion? Presumably before Giselle came around? Or it could be like... I don't think Giselle's gonna be in this. So, before she came around, or in like that couple month period where after she left. I forget how long it was exactly. As my eyes adjusted and the world faded into view, a faint sense of disappointment swelled up in my breast. That was only over a decade ago, a life I no longer had. So, over a decade means... Oh, wait, well, he's 13 then. Michelle's 28, I believe. During the... most of Fata Morgana, so... like at his time of death, he was 28, I believe. Or 29. Around there-ish. So... at youngest, he's 24 right now. For all I knew, my mind could have fabricated the entire thing. But in short order, the wave of sentimentality receded. A few years earlier, that yearning for bygone days would leave my heart in tatters. I had grown largely numb to it. Oh yeah, the leaves, I forgot about that. I think Giselle like roses or something for a POV. Something like that. This was this was the life I knew best. I wasn't a 13-year-old child anymore. Nor was I a girl. Nor was I a member of the Bollinger family. I was a demon most frightful, exiled to a remote mansion. Ascento Dali, his dark throne. I wonder how people who, oh, hey, the Witch Morgana, hey! Kill the accursed thing. I wonder how people, who read this game first before Fata Morgana, which, like, is a pretty terrible thing to do. Like, you shouldn't do that because it kind of ruins a lot of the original Fata Morgana. Like, what felt about everything up till now. I'm curious about that. Like, how do they view... if you're watching this and you read our Requiem for Innocence first, how did you react to the original Fata Morgana? And just things in here that you might have reacted to differently than someone who read the original first. I'm curious about that because, like, it reminds me of the Fate series. There's the original Fate Stay Night visual novel, but there's a prequel that got made into an anime in 2010, and then Fate Stay Night got an anime adaptation in 2014. So a lot of people say you should go Zero then Stay Night, but a lot of people also say you should go Stay Night then Zero. If you're watching anime only. If you're going to read the visual novel, you do the visual novel first. That's objectively the right order. If it's anime, it doesn't really matter. I'd say Stay Night first, then Zero, but either one works. Those are the first words uttered by the witch upon my discovering the being lying in a heap outside the front door. And I assume this is the heir to that family. The witch had haunted me ever since the day I resurrected her at the top of the mansion's observation tower a few years earlier. Also, this is Ascento Dali, by the way. Ascento Dali. This song playing right now. At first, her constant whispering in my ear had been insufferable, driving me to my wit's end. I did everything I could think of to deny her existence and push her out of my life. Well, that too had passed. I've been drained of all will to fight against her, or frankly, feel anything at all. No joy, no anger, no frustration, no sorrow. Perhaps that could be said to mean she had defeated me, but in retrospect, the witch causing me to encase my heart in stone, it consequently kept me from being miserable every time I received a letter from my mother. Made me think getting worked up over some stupid words on scraps of paper was a waste of time and energy. So while I wasn't at the point of gleefully cozying up to her, it was true that her presence had made my life easier. I can't stand the sight of it. It's utterly dreadful. The witch wanted me to kill them. But instead, I crouched down to get a better look. They seem to be dead already. They appeared someone had died on my doorstep. Because of the way they were clothed, I couldn't make anything out beyond that at a distance. It's faint, but they're still breathing. Look, you can see their chest moving. Is this gonna be like a sitcom with Michelle Morgana and Imian? That's their name, right? Imian. I believe that's how you say it. Surprised she noticed. Barely tell him up close. Reached my hand up to roll them over, at which point the witch gave me an exaggerated sigh. Like, this has got to be that character, right? There's Sprite on the story pages in front of the glass, like, chapel pink window thing with the Archangel Michael. Whatever. At which point the witch gave me an exaggerated sigh. I wouldn't recommend touching them. They're diseased. That's why they look like a human raisin. That was indeed one way to describe them. What had first come to mind for me, though, was something I'd read in a book, and how desert cultures would mummify their dead. The person on the ground looked like I had imagined a mummy did, though I was under the impression mummification was performed in order to preserve the bodies of high-ranking individuals. Which is to say, you weren't likely to find one collapsed on your doorstep. Ignoring Morgana's warning, I put my hand on their arm. It twitched, and they let out a groan. Just a swift stab through the heart, and they won't have to suffer any longer. Morgana, shut up! First, it didn't seem to have enough strength to sit up. Barely enough to hold on to the last vestiges, right, of life? I know it's vestige if it's singular, but like vestiges sounds kind of weird. Their fingers continued to twitch, but it didn't seem deliberate. The tall grass in which they were lying seemed to want to swallow them up. Do it, my dear. Send that poor soul to heaven by whatever means you please. Perhaps they'll end up in hell. They're not long for this world, with or without my help. You're just gonna have to deal with the rotting corpse in a few weeks if you just leave them there. Next month's delivery boy, presumably. Imagine the look on his face when he finds it. Imagine what he'll tell your family when he returns. It would make everyone's lives easier if you just killed them here. Bury them somewhere nearby, let them nourish the earth with their flesh. If there's any nourishment left to be squeezed from them, that is. Or you could just try luring some animals here. There won't be a trace of gore to clean up if you let a couple wolves at them. They'd get a nice meal out of it, so everyone wins. Can't imagine they'd find much to enjoy on this pile of bones. How cold. The fact that she said them basically solidifies the fact that this is a girl. Want to hear my reasoning? So, in Japan, they have gender neutral pronouns that like don't sound weird to use to like describe someone. But in English, like you say he, she, or them. Them is kind of weird because it also applies to like plural groups. So typically I think you want to use him if you translated it. But given the fact that they're probably going to keep the gender a secret for a little while, plus the fact that they use them here instead of him, I'm certain it's a girl now. And it can't not be that girl they're talking about in the painting. Like, everyone knows that going into this. If you don't, well, plot twist is not that girl. Now that'll get me. Anyway, you have no room to talk. You're clearly enjoying yourself. My. Oh, yeah. Well, whatever make you think that? It's been nothing to entertain you recently. Certainly haven't been talking much. Nothing of notice happened. Can tell you've been bored. Few quiet weeks hardly counts as boredom compared to the years I spent in slumber. If you say so. Brushing the witch's distractions aside, put my hand back on the vagrant's arm and flip them over so I could get a better look. They were much lighter than I had expected. Their armor was a little more than flesh and bone. That flesh felt like leather. I couldn't guess their age or even gender. They were dressed in adorned brown robes and a cowl. One thing stood out about their dress, though. Their mask. When I removed their mask, I was greeted with a torn, wrinkled flesh and eyes so sunken it was disquieting. I wasn't sure what I saw beneath it could even be called a face. Bandages covered their head from the nose down. What hid beneath them was in even worse condition. I couldn't tell where their nose ended and their cheeks began. Their lips had curled back into their mouth, turning it into a gaping gash. What if, so Morgana's curse, gave everyone some disease that killed them? What if, someone survived? I don't know, had a kid, but, genetic, and so they have the disease? I don't know. Just trying to connect this with Morgana. Even as close as I was, I could barely make out the sound of their breathing. They almost certainly wouldn't survive much longer. Good heavens. I wonder if you're gonna see any Morgana, development out of this. She can't, go not be evil by the end of it, but we can still see her not be completely evil for at least a few moments. As I thought the witch might find some compassion in her heart for the dying vagrant. Get rid of that filthy thing. Okay, nope. I was immediately proven wrong. Her tone of voice was like that of someone who had found rotten food in their pantry while looking for something to eat. As I said, they're diseased. They're diseased. You should stay away unless you want to end up like that. Your legs too frail to hold you up. Your body withered and your eyes sunken. Worthless orbs. It's highly infectious. Largely ignored the witch's whisperings. She liked toying with me, so I couldn't take her for what she said at face value. She was more than happy to lie or exaggerate for the sake of tormenting me. There's no guarantee that their ailment was contagious at all. So just hurry up and get rid of... Are you listening to me? I hoisted the vagrant onto my back. A simple task even for me. I was the least fit man in the world. You know, okay, they finally acknowledged it. I've always made jokes of Michelle being like a skeleton, but has it ever actually mentioned that he's like a skeleton? Because, like, if you look at him, you can tell he's pretty skinny. But I'm glad it acknowledged it. It's not just like me misinterpreting the art, like his sprite and CGs and stuff. Anyway, they're smaller than me, but not child-sized. As look as carrying an empty sack of skin. This will give you something to stay off your boredom. I told you, I'm not bored. Heavens, I never took you for the kind of raving lunatic who helps strangers. Gross. I wasn't bringing them out in the goodness of my heart. Bringing them in out of the goodness of my heart. It simply piqued my curiosity. There's something oddly amusing about the whole twisted situation. A witch, a demon child, and a living mummy. I'd fund the sitcom. What better place to gather them all together than a cursed mansion? I also think that some part of me wanted to see and feel death up close. Like every episode, a new room in the mansion opens up and it has like a crazy effect. Tell me you want to watch it. How long do I want to make the episodes here? I'll go longer. Like, it still feels like nothing's happened, so... What's going on? I can't see a thing. Have my eyes finally started going? I'm so close to that mansion. But I guess this is the end of the line for me. Wait, no, I still have my vision? It's just dark as heck, pardon my French. Be careful! It might be a bell. Get rid of the candlesticks. The strongest weapon. Quadruple candlestick. Oh. Where in the world am I? I'm on a bed? Good morning. And who the heck is that? What's going on? I don't... But maybe. Can you not speak? No, I can talk. But it hurts. I was just a little startled. By what? The angels that's come to meet me at the gates. Oh, come on already. He doesn't seem to have taken that one well. The man sitting there was a curious specimen. Yeah, I know, pot meat kettle. It appeared almost as if he was part of the surrounding darkness. An ethereal being that might vanish when I next blinked. Not human, but merely something taking its form. Though the more I looked at him, the more it seemed like, rather than him being a part of the darkness instead radiated from him. Which is probably where the angel bit had come from. This isn't the afterlife. No, I guess it isn't. If this were heaven, I wouldn't feel like death, and there'd at least be a dozen half-naked ladies hanging over me. But I hurt like heck, so I must still be alive. Realities sucks, huh? Yeah, nailed it. That said, though, I felt like I'd get along a lot better with a story-faced angel than him. Like him, than what they usually advertised. A stony-faced, not story-faced. That doesn't make any sense. Well, the sack of bones in the bed had a voice like dried leaves scraping against one another. Oh, what was the UI like when it was Emion? I'm presuming that's their name. While carrying them to the room, I noticed several of the drones seemed to bend in ways like they shouldn't, so I thought they might be on the other side. It's gotta be him. Like, mask, can't tell what gender it is just from a glance. Like, boom. It's gotta be them. I noticed several of the drones seemed to bend in ways that shouldn't, so I thought they might be on the older side. Upon closer inspection, that didn't seem to be the case. The way they talk makes them sound young too. Gonna guess, a man? Early 20s maybe? If you're not an angel, then you must be the witch. I beg your pardon. I'm just kidding. Don't mind my head off. You don't look anything like a witch. He's not as far off the mark as he thinks, but he doesn't need to know about my childhood. So hey, would you mind sparing a bit of water? My throat hurts like 12 kinds of hell. That's allowed. If you're mentioning circles of hell, it's okay, right? There's how many? Right, there's not 12 circles. There's 9. Never mind. There's 12 circles of heck. Censor that. I'll edit it out. I'm sure you'd appreciate being able to understand me better. There's some right there. Huh? Well, you already got me some for me. Thanks, I can't bend my dang arm. Mind grabbing that for me? Did no one ever teach you how to say please? I'll lighten up, would you? Show a dying fella some pity. Maybe he wouldn't have died if I had left him out there. He's much feistier than I'd expected. In fact, he's nothing at all like I imagined. When he was still lying half dead on the ground outside my door, there's a mystique about him. As a mummy, he was interesting, which gave him inherent value. And now that he was awake and talking, he was a normal human. He was normal, human. Almost excessively so. I reluctantly picked up the goblet and handed it to him, watching as he pulled down the wrappings covering his mouth to drink. It seemed like he wanted to down the whole thing in one go, but judging from the groans I heard, his body wasn't cooperating. A few years earlier, I may have sympathized with him, but not now. All he felt now was curiosity. What was the sick man doing in front of my mansion? What brings you here? Can't you at least let me drink in peace? Let me tell you, man, I'm in no shape to be multitasking. It takes all my attention just to drink a glass of water. Plus, it's darker than heck in here. I barely see what I'm doing. You're free to leave if you're not happy here. Once I'm through with this water and have a chance to rest, maybe a complimentary glass of wine on top of that to raise my spirits, I'll be right out. Rather brazen for a guest. Oh, I'm a guest now, am I? That was just a subject for your observation. I hit the nail on the head. And are you implying that means you should have free reign here? Sure am. You should stop worrying about a lot of things when you're on the verge of death. You'd stop worrying about a lot of things. What's the worst that happens if I make you mad? You kill me? All that means is I lose a few days. No real risk in acting like I own the place. Not a bad deal, if I do say so myself. Certainly are lively and talkative for someone on the verge of death. I did just have a hefty helping of the elixir of life. I sighed to myself. Taking in quite a high maintenance specimen, it seems. There wasn't going to be much worth observing when he was full of such vitality, and his lips never stopped flapping. I could talk. Exactly the kind of person I could least stand to be around. I could correctly hear the witch saying, "See, what did I tell you? Should have just listened to me and not wasted your time and energy." Which only made the whole thing that much worse. But curiously, I couldn't feel her presence, even though she was seemingly always around. Maybe she was afraid she might catch whatever disease this man had. Can spirits even get sick? Never mind her. I have more important things to deal with. Like how to get this man out of my house. Anyway, asking what I was doing here. Well, I was looking for something. That search. Oh. Back up a sec. What is this place anyway? Sure doesn't look like a tiny little one-man shack. Not that I can see much in this dark, but these furnishings don't look cheap. It's a mansion. Yours? Half of it, roughly. So what, you live with someone? In a sense. Huh. I don't want to sound rude, but... No, well, we're well past rude at this point. Go on. Already making friends. So I'm curious. There wouldn't have to be any rumors about this place, would there? Such as, like, say, a cursed witch dwells within its halls. Oh, for the love of... That's what he's searching for? Heck yeah, I'll take that as a sign as a yes. Excellent. Fan-frickin-tastic. I was heading in the right direction. Let me stay here for a little, please. Are you out of your mind? I have a favor to ask the witch. That's the whole reason I came here. My theory that her sickness, right? The narrative still calls him a guy, but there's no way it's not that girl from the Castaneer family, whatever you say it. But she could have that disease that like Morgana cursed everyone with. That seems a little more plausible now. Like it'd make some sense, I guess. Anyway, my favorite ask the witch. That's the whole reason I came here. I don't know what you've heard, but the witch isn't one to go around doing people favors. Whatever your wish is, it won't be granted here. Hey, you never know. It's the first time for everything. I doubt this is it. Wait, so they have they're presumably going to die at the end of this. Like, the way they're talking. I'm gonna say they just because we don't know it's a girl yet, but it's a girl. But, makes me think that they're going to die in a few days. Like, it's pretty obvious. They said that. So, does that mean every new character with a sprite is going to die? Not one of them lives? Fata Morgana really likes suffering. Why is he so fixated on the witch anyway? The witch's legend was said to be cursed. She has spoken of around these parts only in whispers. People strayed away from the mansion for fear of provoking her wrath. Her curse had destroyed an entire city, it was said. I had no way of knowing whether that much is true or not, but I did know that the witch was real. Couldn't figure out how someone could hear the rumors about the witch and decide, I'm going to ask her a favor. It's beyond ludicrous. Well, now that that's out of the way, thanks for the hospitality, buddy. Stop right there. Never said you could stay. Anything I can do to change that? Not a thing. Hoping I wouldn't have to do this, but you left me with no choice. Staying with you, with or without your permission. What the heck makes you think you have any right? I'll happily comply with whatever the head honcho here decides. Remember, you said the mansion was only half yours. So until there's an unanimous agreement to boot me, from everyone with a stake in the property, I'm sticking around. This little weasel. Morgana, come kick this guy out! It won't just be a straight up leech though, so don't you worry. If you need help with anything, chores, whatever, just give me a shout. We'll do that. Oh, Imion. Why did I give the name now? I guess you didn't know what to shout. Oh. The name's Imion. Pleasure to meet you. Hey now, giving me the silent treatment? Is that how you're gonna play this? Without pretending I don't exist? No. Mine just froze up for a moment. Looks like he's serious about staying. Which is a problem even setting aside the witch situation. The more contact I have with anyone, the greater risk there is that word of my survival finds its way out. No, what? That said, it isn't long for this world. This vigor won't last. Vigor, right? Vigor, not vigor. That much is certain. In fact, it might be smarter to keep an eye on him. Make sure he's dead before he has a chance to tell anyone about me. Hello? Need help finding your way out of your thoughts, buddy? Death will find you long before the witch does, I'm sure. Yeesh, that's the first thing that comes out of your mouth? I've braced myself for that outcome already. Following that logic of the logic of that zinger, sounds like you're giving your approval of my stay. Resigning myself to it may be a better way to put it. It's all the same to me. So tell me, what's your name anyway? Unless you want me to stick with calling you an angel, or the witch's right hand, that is. Neither of those things, thank you very much. So, what should I call you? Michelle. Michelle? Derived from the name of the Archangel Michael. Why does everyone know that? What was that about you not being an angel again? I haven't wanted to strangle someone this badly in a long time. And what exactly do you think you're doing? The witch spoke almost as soon as I stepped into my chambers. I could hear her voice right in my ears, as if she were standing beside me. We need a 51% vote to kick him out. Well, kick her out. But, you know, Morgana, you're not there to vote, so it's only 50%. We can't do it. Which was especially jarring as she had only been completely absent during my conversation with Imion. She seemed to know what we had talked about, though, so I assumed she had just been spectating from a safe distance. What do you mean? You're hardly enough to take in poor wandering souls on a whim. You're right. Should have asked you first. This is your house, after all. Half mine, you mean? I should be thankful you let me have half of it. But you are the master of this house. And I... Go on. As never master. So I have no say in who you choose to let stay here. But you will heckle me about it. Of course. Need my entertainment too. So, what are you gonna do about whatever his name is? Imion. Right, that. It's hoping you'll chase that dreadful thing out. He says he has business with you. Oh, does he now? So you weren't listening on the whole thing? I'd be more than happy to hover over you every waking moment if that's what you'd prefer. Rather you didn't. As you can see, I respect your personal space. Wouldn't hurt you to show a bit of gratitude sometimes. So, what does that man want with me? Not a clue. All he said is he wanted to ask the witch a favor. A favor? Indeed. What a farce. I agree. You're never granted the wish of a... No, not that. You'd happily passed on a stranger's request, but vehemently refused to make your own of me. The offer still stands, my dear. Just say the word and I'll put a curse on your entire family. I've told you repeatedly that I'm not going to ask you to do that. Not as ever, I see. Anyway, I never asked you to grant his wish, only conveyed to you that he had one. He'll be dead in a short order regardless. A week or two at most. How tragic for him, befitting the last remnants of his life from the legend of a cursed witch, only to be dealt a pair of heartless jokers. In all likelihood, he just wants me to cure whatever disease he has. Why would a witch who deals in curses cure diseases anyway? Now, it's not polite to judge someone by their appearance, my dear. You're saying you can do it? Maybe, maybe not. Regardless, there's but one thing the two of us can do for him. Watch as the poor wretch's life slips away, alone and in the dark. You're like on board one of the windows. Okay, I think that's a good place to call it. The scene's just called Ascento Deli, so we're not gonna Oh! Imiana has a moon. Crescent moon. Wonder if that's symbolism or anything. Like, and there's like is that a star or a flower? It looks like a flower or a weird star. Like, are the leaves symbolism for anything? Like Michelle's leaves? I don't know. I'm gonna call it there. I'm planning to do at least all of Ascento Deli tonight. Maybe I'll do Tales to it. Maybe Happily True, whatever it's called. The important part. So I'll see you guys next time with some more Ascento Deli. When I don't know what's gonna happen. How long will this be? I wonder. Like, I think we're about a third of the way through. I think that's about safe to say. In that case, it's about half the size of a door, if we are a third of the way through. We still haven't really been introduced to Imian at all, really, so we at least have a while. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.